Welcome to the FBAA's Top Broker Podcast for mortgage brokers looking to take their business to the next level with your host, Joshua Vecchio.
And we're back again with Jeremy Fisher, Managing Director at First Street Financial, based in New South Wales and is Australia's most awarded broker, consistently settling over $300 million year in and year out. With a loan book in excess of $4.5 billion, would be Australia's most successful broker. In this episode, we look at how to build your referral partner network and discuss strategies to help implement success. By the end of this episode, you're going to feel unstoppable, ready to take your business to the next level. So let's jump in. Jeremy, welcome back to the show.
Thank you again for having me.
You believe in having strategic partnerships, relationships with other businesses. How do you do this?
Again, look, to me, it's an important part of the business. As much as obviously clients form the basis of our business, referral partners and partners in general, obviously, are also good advocates for our business, whether they generate, client referrals on day one or whether they're just out there promoting your business in a, not necessarily proactive, but obviously getting some secondary benefits just from some marketing, some branding. It's important. I've always been a believer that, relying on one or two referral partners would not be a successful, venture for us, purely because obviously if you're relying on just one or two and something goes astray, all of a sudden that's a big dent in your business. So I wanted to make sure that our business never was relying upon one source of deal flow. So for me, it's about getting out there and obviously there's no secret to it, knocking on as many doors as you possibly can, letting everyone know what you do. Obviously, striking a few reputable referral partners is the best start. And then obviously piggyback off those, reputable brands that you're dealing with to then go and try to generate some new referral partners. So the first couple are always going to be the hardest, but certainly I believe that having multiple referral partners, and they don't always have to be, with the typical real estate agents or solicitors, and accountants. We have referral partnerships with some large organisations such as Vodafone, Aristocrat, some large, well-known brands that are out there marketing our business to their, to their staff and customers as well. So as I said, the referral partners are a good branding opportunity, good marketing opportunity, but also there is some good deal flow that comes through referral partners. But certainly there's never a reliance on one or two to keep us afloat.
What's a key to having a successful relationship with referral partners?
I think a lot of it comes back to us. I mean, we have to invest time with them, and that time is offering seminars, offering ways that we can, provide benefits to them. So the benefit isn't always about we can get you the best rate or we can cover a fee. It's I think, again, providing some value to them. I spend time in their meetings explaining, obviously what's happening in the mortgage market, and if it's a real estate agent, I'll attend their auctions, or I'll go to their sales meetings. I think there's an absolute time component of those relationships where there isn't necessarily going to be any financial benefit from it, but if the brokers aren't investing their own time in these referral relationships, someone else is going to be knocking on their door. So it's not about just sitting and waiting for the phone to ring. And it may be, I've got many referral partners that we get very little business from, or it could be months without a lead. But in that time, I've gone and spent hours of my time trying to add some value to them and just keeping them up to date with what's happening in the market.
A lot of brokers out there think that referral relationships are all about commission splits. What would you say to them?
I would say that I thought the same many years ago. And I think the referral partners that are chasing commission from you generally don't see the value in what you're offering. So I have very, very few commission incentivized referral relationships. Mine are predominantly all based upon now just, again, time doing it, them realizing the value proposition and being able to, if it's a real estate agent, get their client's loan approved in 24 hours, keeping them up to date with what's going on in the markets. And when they start to realize the value that you can provide them they're not putting their hand out anymore. They're just saying, mate, this is awesome. Thank you so much. I'll be referring all my clients to you. So anytime that you go out there and try to get a referral partner based on commission and kickbacks, it's a very fickle stuff, and it may or may not be a long-term one, because obviously to me it's a two-way street. And if it's all about the money and not about the value and the service, then I think it's a very short-sighted relationship, because it's, as I said, our success has been upon instilling our service proposition and the value that we can provide their customers, and that is, to them, has been a huge or a much bigger benefit than giving them a few dollars.
With your referral partners, do you ask for the referral?
No, no different to my customers. I don't ask for it. Again, I just invest my time in making sure they know that I'm there. Some of the referral partners may have other mortgage brokers that they're dealing with as well, and I may only be getting a small little piece of it. But again, I'm just consistent with what I do and what I offer, and I rely on that to obviously generate some business from them. Again, don't expect anything from them. Don't go and chase them for it. I just make sure that I'm available and I'm there and I'm present and I'm seen on a regular basis, and that's all I can really do.
A lot of brokers treat their referral partners as more of a relationship. With you, how do you look at this? Do you catch up with them for social events, or is it mainly business and looking to add value to their business that you focus on?
Yeah, look, I mean, certainly, if you've had a relationship with someone for a long time, it becomes a little bit more social. But as a general rule, it's very professional in all cases, and I keep it that way intentionally, because if you're dealing with an office, you might be socially friends with one of the people in there, but there's a dozen other people in there. So I keep it very, very consistently professional, intentionally. If there's any social aspect of it, I get invited to their Christmas parties or to certain events of theirs, which I'll generally try and attend. But again, it's out of support. And just to continue to build relationships. This is all about relationships. It's a pretty simple thing. If you don't have a relationship with the person in that office or that referral partnership, then you're not going to get any business. So the relation doesn't have to be over a beer, but you need to have a relationship with them. You can't be. No one in an office, will be forced to go and refer me business. That's just not the style of companies that I'm associated with. So it's about me winning their trust. And again, that's just time. That's just me being their person to come and ask questions of. That's me turning up at their sales meeting and giving them some feedback and some telling them what's going on in the market and keeping them up to date with changes, so that they can also be educated to be able to go and speak with their customers in a similar way. So it's very much relationship, but that's the key. If you don't have relationship with the individual, you can't expect business to come from it.
So Jeremy, you've said that patience, persistence, and playing the long game is key to your success. How has this helped you in business?
Look, I think I just accepted the fact that when I started that it was going to be a long road. And I've said this to many. I mean, I've been doing it for 15 years, and there are people who are doing it much longer and less. But in the first couple of years, it's hard. So anytime that I've had a conversation with someone around them wanting to join the industry, I've said the same thing, and I genuinely believe it. This industry is not about making a quick buck overnight, and anyone that has done so, congratulations. But this is a business that needs to be built over a long period of time. If you're relying on customers to refer you business, then in the first year you might have 20 customers, and then the second year you might have 30. So it's a long game. If you are, again, building a business off the back of customer referrals, if you've got a relationship with another business that's referring you a lot of leads off day one, that's great. But the majority of us are building our business off customer referrals, and that's just a numbers game. So if you can't, so you have to, commencing in this industry, it's got to be one where you say to yourself, the first couple of years are going to be tough, but I'm going to work my butt off. And I'm not going to accept no, and I'm just going to keep going and going and going. So that's where the persistence and patience comes in. This is not going to be a 6-month, business where you're going to be, jumping for joy and making a fortune necessarily. Again, there's always the person that is hugely successful in the first window, but I guess I'm talking about the majority. So, and I was one of the majority that, I didn't write a loan for the first 9 months. So I know what it feels like. You've got to stick at it. You're going to get a lot of doors that are going to be closed in your face. A lot of people are going to say no. A lot of people are going to say, I've already got a broker, all of those things aren't a reason for you to not succeed. They're just a reason for you to look at other ways to get your name out there and to generate business. But you hear the word no a lot, unfortunately, in those first few years, and it's tough when your sole source of income is coming from mortgage broking, but yet you're not writing much business. So again, it's having a plan. The plan needs to be one where the first couple of years could be tough. So just again, financially is probably the tough component. So it's a matter of how do you prepare yourself so that way you don't have that financial stress in that first window, which is probably what's going to otherwise cause you to shut up shop.
And final question, in your experience, what are the 3 top things top brokers do day in and day out?
Look, the biggest thing is obviously there's the persistence and the patience. Just keep going and work your butt off. There's no secret. It's long hours. If you want to write a lot of volume, you ain't going to do it between 9 and 5. The reality is the 9 and 5 is taken up between sourcing new business, responding to calls and emails, and then the after hours is doing the business. Then you've got just consistency. Provide, no matter how busy you get, it's coming up with a strategy and a plan and a process within your business and your office. No matter how busy you get, what you deliver to your clients is consistent. So again, that's where your business is coming from. So you don't want to come unstuck because you become too busy and all of a sudden your client's saying, look, Jeremy was great, but by the end of it, I never heard from the guy and he's really dropped the ball. Now, if I heard that, I'd be disappointed in myself and I want to pick it up. So just consistency is critical. And then just, again, there's no secrets. I mean, keep knocking on doors. Don't take no for an answer. Work out what your business is going to be. If your business is going to be one that's going to be focused on, first home buyers. If your business is going to be one that's going to be focused on low doc lending. I mean, I made a decision in my early days that my business was going to be focused on full doc style. I wasn't going to do low performing. I steered away from that. So I just kind of focused a bit more on what I wanted to be doing as a business. I knew I couldn't do everything. I knew I couldn't be a financial planner and a mortgage broker and a car finance specialist. So again, I was focused on my core, the core part of what I wanted to do. And then what I did in my case was bring people around me that were specialists in other areas. So I intentionally didn't want to wear too many hats and just focus on just my core business, which was residential lending. And again, just head down, bum up, and just work hard. There's no secrets. Long hours. If you're not prepared to do it, then that's okay too. But I guess it's where do you want to be? Within my office, we've got brokers here that are striving to write more. Brokers that are very content with where they're at. So there is no right or wrong. There is no perfect proposition out there. It's again where you want to be and what you want to do, and then put your head down and work hard.
Jeremy, thanks so much for being on the show. My big 3 takeaways from this episode was 1, the best referral partners are the ones who see value in your proposition rather than your commission split. 2, invest time in your referral partners. Be consistent in your delivery with value and don't have any expectations of return. And 3, always play the long game. Never the short game in all aspects of your business. So, these were my big 3 takeaways. What about you? That's all the time we have for this week, and I'll catch you next week.